Here's another process pig by Minnie Matisse. This is a metal collage. I needed a lot of tools for this, and some of the tools were a little dangerous. So if you're going to try something like this at home, make sure you have an adult near you. I have been collecting pop cans for a long time. Now it's time to take that material and turn it into something we can use. This is how we do this. I used a box cutter to start out with, and I kind of drew a dotted line along the top. I did the very same thing along the bottom. This helped the can hold its form as I was cutting. Once I had the dotted line along the top and the bottom, I went back and cut the extra pieces of metal. That way, I got rid of the top and the bottom of the can. Once the top and the bottom were off, I could use my tin snips to cut along the edge of the cylinder. This opened it up and made it flat so that I could use it. I had to collect a lot of pop cans before I had enough to create my pig. I kept them like this. Now for the pig. I started out by designing a pig that was somewhat realistic. All of the pieces fit together like a puzzle. I used some fine charcoal to cover the entire back of my design. This is going to help me transfer my image onto my board. Take a look. Now that I have my design securely placed on, I can now start to draw over the lines that I've already created on my design. I'm using a lot of pressure on my pencil. That way I'm forcing the charcoal on the back to transfer onto my board. I decided to plan a little further by coloring my design. This way I know what pieces of metal to add onto my final metal pig. As you can see, I'm cutting out each piece of my pig. Then I'm placing it on the metal. I'm using some tape to keep it in place. Once it's in place, I can cut around the metal. In some places, I would leave just a little bit around the edge. That way my pieces can overlap each other. This part took a long time. It took a lot of brain power too. It was hard to put this puzzle together, but I had a lot of fun and I found it really challenging. As you can see, I continued to add piece by piece, moving across my pig. Once I had all my metal pieces kind of tacked together, then I removed all of the paper. Now it's time to secure the metal onto the board. So I'm using little tiny nails and hammering about every 1/4 inch. I sure learned a lot making this pig. If I were to do it again, I'd change little things, but overall, I had a lot of fun with this project.